main challenge. I think the universe wanted me to become an actor. I never did it by calculation. Now, that may be fondly remembering that period. What happened was I ended up starting a theater company because I wrote a play. I had a career as a journalist and an advertising writer, which is a fairly high level in New York. I worked for about every magazine and most of the ad agencies, and then took a break from that to write a novel, and ended up sharing a house with an actor who was becoming a big Broadway director, a guy named John Tillinger. And so I became his assistant director on a number of shows because I was just looking to do things other than just advertising writing and journalism while I was writing this novel. And as a result, instead of writing a novel, I wrote a play, and the play got produced in the East Village of New York. And I was asked to join theater companies as the play selector, the literary manager. And of course, because I was big and had a good voice and stuff, they started sticking me in acting parts, and which was a lark and fun. And the great thing about starting your own theater company is you can invite agents to see your work. And if they don't come on the first play, they come on the second play or the third play. And it sort of took off. Eventually, I got an acting job at a very prestigious theater uptown, and everybody in the business went to that theater. It was called Second Stage, and it just took off. The chief challenge, I don't remember as being really challenged. It was almost like it was meant to be by the universe. The chief challenge is always to, I think, is to make Hollywood accept you as someone who doesn't just fit into a tiny little box. I think that's the challenge for everybody. And also because it's a very competitive environment in sheer numbers, really you're competing against yourself. The chief challenge is, how do I make my work as brilliant as possible whenever you're doing it? Whether you're writing or doing a podcast or acting or being a doctor or a firefighter, it's how do I carry out the most brilliant work that I can that's relevant and fun and has some positive effect, at the same time dealing with the institutional fabrics of whatever you're dealing with. We deal in Hollywood with a very, very strong, and I have some sympathy for it because they have to make decisions very swiftly. So they make decisions that are based on what the easiest decision is sometimes. Not always. There's a lot of really great creative people here who work incredibly hard. It's really much more work than people realize. I think, people think of Hollywood and they think of glamour and sunglasses and hot women and hot men, but the people who succeed are the ones who really are knuckle down and, in my case, write, direct, produce, find money for films, teach sometimes. I haven't done that for a while, but I love teaching for a while, and it's a never-ending cross-discipline process.